The young and the uneasy spoilers for the next 2 weeks. According to reports, Devon Hamilton, Brighton James, is set to have a child between February 22 and March 5. At the same time, Sharon Newman, Sharon case, has reached the end of her rope. And over the course of the following 2 weeks, 2 characters on the CBS serial drama begin plotting massive retaliation. When Ray Rosales, Jordi Villasuso, discovers the picture of Sharon kissing Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, he becomes very upset. He first becomes mad with his wife and then Adam. Adam tries to hide his tracks, but it's too late, even though she says it was an error. Even if it's not the best option for her, Sharon must choose the man she wants in her life. According to Young and the Restless spoilers, will she stay safe with Ray, or will she give in to her yearning for Adam? On Guy and R, we'll see what occurs. Spoilers for Young and the Restless show Melissa Ordway's character Abby Newman is upset about the dearth of suitable sperm donors. And presto, there's Devon Hamilton, a wonderful man with plenty of sperm. Devon offers to help after learning that Abby is having difficulties. According to teasers for Young and the Restless, Devon Hamilton finds this odd because he and Hillary lost their kid before she passed away. Will Devon want to be involved in the child's life if he donates his sperm? Without a doubt, Devon's offer is peculiar. Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, spend some time investigating Jack Abbott's, Peter Bergman background during the first week of Vi and R spoilers. She is completely smitten with the silver fox. She then clearly shows Jack that she is interested in him. According to spoilers for Young and the Restless, Jack makes a significant risk the following week. Is it launching into a romantic relationship with Sally, who is considerably younger? Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, meantime, is furious that Jack stands up for Sally. According to previews for coming Young and the Restless, Chelsea Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, finds out about the Chatham kiss when Ray confronts her fiancé. When Chloe Mitchell, Elizabeth Hendrickson, arrives, it's time to leave since this validates her darkest dread. Chelsea expresses the issue despite her physical constraints, and it's time to craft a plan of retaliation. Additionally, Joshua Morrow's character Nick Newman will be of assistance after learning that his brother and ex were cheating on the CBS serial opera. Victor Newman, Eric Braden, is still upset that Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, cheated on his golden boy with the article, according to I and R spoilers 2 weeks out. Victor is even more enraged now that Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, is giving Billy Boy another look. See Young and the Restless spoilers as Victor schemes to hold Billy accountable. Expect more of Kyle Abbott's, Michael Mealer, Baby Mama, Tara Locke, Elizabeth Liner. There is another scheme of retaliation involving her violent spouse. For the following 2 weeks, watch Y and R to see how Abby responds to Devon Hamilton's plea to donate and conceive her surrogate. Additionally, find out if Amanda Sinclair, Michelle Morgan, and others are bothered by Devon's volunteering. Fans will be left speechless by the astounding turns that Genoa City is set to undergo. Over the course of 2 weeks, old scars will reopen, emotions will run hot, and one startling revelation will have an impact on the Winters, Chancellor, and Newman families. Right in the middle of the storm, both Devon Hamilton and Sharon Newman must make life-altering choices that may completely alter their perceptions of what they desire. With a new baby on the way, Devon's world is about to change in the most unexpected way possible, potentially changing every relationship in his life. Sharon, meanwhile, is engaged in an emotional tug-of-war that could drag her beneath, split between her instincts and her heart. This is a summary of the upcoming 2 weeks in Genoa City, where betrayal, loyalty, and love all clash in typical Young and the Restless way. Although things have been more stable for Devon Hamilton, Brighton James, recently, stability is never lasting in Genoa City. A startling realization strikes him like a freight train this week. A well-known figure from his past reappears with the devastating news that Devon will soon become a father once more. Amanda Sinclair, Michelle Morgan, who makes an unexpected comeback, delivers the bombshell. Nobody anticipated her returning, much less with something this combustible, after their turbulent separation. However, she has a secret that she can no longer keep, in typical soap opera fashion. Amanda admits that she had a personal health procedure before leaving Genoa City, which produced an embryo from her brief reconciliation with Devon. She wasn't sure if she would ever tell him, but after giving it some thought and dealing with some off-screen issues, she finally admits that she is either pregnant or may have already given birth. Devon is rendered dumbfounded by the discovery. He is simultaneously ecstatic and afraid. From losing Hillary to co-parenting Dominic with Abby and Chance, this man has gone through both amazing sorrow and redemption as a father. The thought of having another child now makes me happy and sad. Devon struggles with the implications of this for his relationship with Melissa Ordway's character, Abby Newman. Although they have had a stable, loving, and trusting relationship, Abby is terribly shaken by Amanda's homecoming and the prospect of having another child. Despite Abby's best efforts to be encouraging, ingrained fears surface. After her difficult surrogacy with Chance and Devon, she is all too familiar with what it's like to lose control of a family situation. Will there be mayhem or happiness with Devon's new baby? Abby Newman goes into a tailspin as Devon attempts to comprehend his startling baby news. Although Amanda's reappearance haunts her, she wants to think that their love is strong enough to handle anything. Her deepest concern is that Devon will become emotionally, if not romantically, attracted to Amanda once more. She has observed Devon's strong attachment to his kids and the ladies who are involved with them. Of course, Nate Hastings, seeing Dominic, arrives to provide his opinion just when she is at her weakest. Although Nate and Abby have a complex past, he has recently been making an effort to change his ways. He has returned to Chancellor Winters with the intention of mending his family ties. But his efforts to assist Devon only make his cousin more irate. Devon erupts when Nate implies that he might be preoccupied with sentimental memories rather than reason. The tenuous truce the cousins have managed to establish is in danger of being destroyed when their rivalry flares up again. Victor Newman, played by Eric Braeden, is observing everything from a distance. He has never been afraid to become involved in Abby's life, and this time he might do it himself to keep her safe. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, meantime, is at a turning point in her life that might alter everything. Sharon finds herself reverting to her old habits following the death of Chance and the growing gap between her and Nick. Under the pretense of checking in, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, who has been unexpectedly composed and encouraging lately, begins spending more time with her. Their discussions get sentimental. Sharon finds herself thinking back on their past together, their passion, and how Adam always saw her for who she truly was in spite of everything that went on. However, just as she starts to confide in him once more, Joshua Morrow's character Nick Newman appears, and this time, he's not backing down. After everything they've been through together, Nick tells Sharon that he misses her and that perhaps they should be together once more. Sharon is split, and the timing couldn't be worse. The days that follow are a haze of perplexity, feeling, and temptation. Although Sharon is afraid of committing the same mistake twice, she cannot deny that she still loves both guys. Sharon shares her predicament with Maria and Tessa when they visit. Though Sharon's heart doesn't always follow logic, Maria gently reminds her mother that she deserves serenity rather than chaos. Will she ultimately get back together with Nick, or will she give Adam another chance? The repercussions from Devon's baby surprise erupts during the second week. Everyone in Genoa City has an opinion, and the word spreads swiftly. Despite her best efforts to remain composed, Abby loses it during a confrontation with Amanda at Crimson Lights. Before Amanda gently suggests that her child deserves a father who is there, their talk begins politely. Abby snaps, retorting that Devon is now loyal to her and their family. Though she maintains her professionalism, Amanda's words hurt. Maybe that's true today. However, infants have the power to transform everything. Abby is shocked by the experience, and not just emotionally. She begins to observe that Devon and she are becoming more and more separated as he becomes preoccupied with legal matters and baby preparations. Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, are at odds at Chancellor Winters over how to deal with the publicity surrounding Devon's predicament. Billy contends that openness is essential, but Lily wishes to preserve her brother's privacy. Old tension is rekindled by their dispute, and perhaps something more as well. Sharon's heartbreak reaches a breaking point across town. In a romantic gesture, Nick reminds her of their progress during a nice meal at the ranch. It feels like the old days for a moment. They recollect, they laugh, and it feels normal once more. However, Sharon's heart breaks again when Adam arrives later that evening, uninvited but desperate. Adam assures her that he is done acting and that he will always love her. He begs her not to hide the truth, even though he knows she's afraid. Sharon acknowledges in an honest, heartfelt moment that she still has feelings for him, but she can't continue to repeat the same pattern. Two guys who each symbolize a distinct aspect of her history and future are the objects of her conflict. Everyone is shocked by Sharon's decision by the conclusion of the second week. She makes her own decision. Sharon finally says she needs time alone after allowing romance to define her for years. She prioritizes her family, her business, and her emotional recovery. For a woman who has always been torn between survival and love, it marks a significant turning point. Victor Newman pays Devon a mysterious visit back at the Chancellor House. Ever the cunning manipulator, Victor poses as a supporter. Beneath his composed demeanor, however, is a plan. He wants to make sure that Devon and Abby's family stays together. Devon recognizes what's going on when Victor hints that Amanda and her child might complicate things. He snaps and tells Victor to keep out of his life. Victor's grin, however, conveys that he is far from finished. When Abby later learns of Victor's meddling, she becomes enraged. She insists that she and Devon can manage their own affairs and tells her father to back off. Victor, meanwhile, merely smiles, obviously not convinced. He tells her that family loyalty entails taking the necessary actions, even in the face of discomfort. Laylee turns out to be Amanda's surprising ally. When Amanda shares her worries about parenting amid Genoa City's complex social network, the two ladies share an emotional moment.